Hello everyone, welcome back to Black Moon Coven. So today we're going to be doing a little bit of a cartomancy type of video. Today we are going to be examining the Gypsy Witch fortune-telling cards. Now, I bought these a little while back. I wanted something a little more traditional, and then I remembered that these cards existed. They are freaking awesome. They're a little mysterious and kind of cool. They're not your traditional cartomancy or tarot or oracle deck. They're kind of that in between, and I really love how they look, and they're just really folky and mysterious and really cool and multifunctional. So we will get into this little deck and how easy it is to learn how to read and how to do divination with this deck. Now, when I say easy, I mean it's easy to understand. It doesn't have the same complexities as tarot does. However, I do say that divination takes practice. So even if it's really easy, even if it's a pendulum or something even easier, divination takes actual practice, especially cartomancy. You can't just read the card and let it tell you everything. You have to kind of know with your intuition what that card means and what it signifies and what it's really telling you. So besides my little rant, divination takes practice, and we are going to be analyzing this deck, and I'm going to show you how to actually conduct a reading, because when you get the booklet for this little Gypsy Witch fortune-telling cards, it doesn't tell you the meaning of the cards. It just shows you how to do a short reading and how to do a long reading. And that is it. So the cards can be a little intimidating because when you get a tarot deck, you have all of the meanings in front of you and you can refer to the book whenever you want. However, these cards are really special. They have a prophecy, an omen, and a playing card aspect to them. So there's really 3 different ways to read this type of deck. There's even 4 different ways that I can think of. So to begin an actual reading, what you want to do first is take out the man and woman cards. So this will be number 18 and number 19. You're going to take those 2 cards out of the deck. These cards represent the person you are reading for or yourself. So if you are a woman, if you identify as a woman, you're going to put that down in the center, and you're going to shuffle the man back inside the deck. He becomes a regular card after that. And it's going to be, of course, the opposite for the man. So if you identify as a man, you put that down and you take the woman and you put them in there. Now, I understand that some people identify as both. You can use both out there. That's completely fine. So what you want to do after you have chosen your card that signifies you the best way possible, you put it into your deck and you shuffle it around. These cards are very small and they're very, very cute. They're typical playing card size, so for small hands like mine, it's actually really great. So what you want to do is lay down the cards going in a circle, counterclockwise or clockwise, it doesn't matter. It just matters what you feel comfortable with. Again, work with your deck and see what is the best for you. So we have the woman in the middle that represents me, and we see a lot of red, which is a pretty good sign. You want more red than black. However, it all depends on the cards themselves. Now, you read these cards in relation to distance. So, for example, so the rider is a sure sign of good news unless alongside of 6, 8, 11, or 13. So you are going to look through the cards. You don't have any of those bad numbers. So it is a good sign. Some good news is coming forth. And that's kind of how you read. You read it in direction to the prophecy. And you read it in relation to distance. So you'll notice that if near to the person, that's good news. If we did have a number 6, 8, 11, or 13, that would be bad news. And the bad news would be in relation to the card. So they kind of all connect together. So number 35, we have the tower. The tower surrounded by clouds denotes sickness, and if adjoining, death. So there is a card in here that's called clouds. And if it's next to the tower, it means death. If it surrounds it, so it means on top, that means sickness. So just like in the tarot, we see the cards in relation to each other change meanings. However, these cards are read in relation to distance as well, to the card that signifies your client or yourself the best. Number 7, we have bouquet of flowers, an absolute indication of long and happy life. If children are near, that means it's honors and fame and family. So there is a card in here, of course, that will have children on it. And if it's next to the bouquet, it's a really nice, fulfilled, abundance type of life, etc. So number 17, the fish is an emblem of riches through stocks, but if distant, it foretells failure and disaster. So we have here a close or a far type of card. It has no numbers. You'll notice that there's 3 different types of cards in here. Ones that are a standalone type of prophecy, ones that are near or far from the cards, and ones that will have a specific list of cards that it does not comply with. So number 17 says if it's close, that there's going to be a good fortune coming in the ways of money. If it's far away, it means disaster and failures. So that is kind of how you can read for someone and do a little short reading. You can also use this deck to just do a 3-card reading. So say we pulled these 3 cards, you can even shuffle the man and the woman back in there to kind of signify people in your life. So you take the 3 cards, you read them, and you just, like with tarot or anything other cartomancy, you piece them together. So you can do it that way. You could also pull it just 1 card, and you could read the prophecy as kind of like a quote for the day. You could also do a yes or no reading. So you would ask your question. If it's red, it typically means yes, and if it's black, it means no. And you could do that for tarot, for cartomancy, for anything. You could split the tarot into 2 different groups of suits. You can do cartomancy with red or black or different suits as well. So it really depends on you and how you work with your cards. Again, divination takes a lot of practice. So even with a simple type of deck like this where the fortunes are in front of you, you just have to learn the layouts and how to read the cards. You still have to apply a lot of practice to be able to do any type of divination, not just cartomancy. So let's analyze the deck itself. The back of the cards are this nice purpley type of background with a witch, a cat, a cauldron, a full moon. It just really speaks, and it's really awesome. I love card backs. I think that they are very interesting. So let's just go through some of the cool cards here. So like I said, this deck is very different, and it's mysterious, and I love doing readings with this deck because it's not typical. So it's a little bit of a challenge, and it's a new challenge, and that's pretty great. And it also kind of has this European type of folk magic type of feel, and I love that. These cards are relatively cheap. I got mine from Amazon for like $9, but I've seen them cheaper at metaphysical stores. And they're really great because they come with a playing card and then a prophecy, so then you could actually do a card game with these and have little prophecies there. Plus, every reading that I've done with these cards came out to be extremely, not only easy to read, but really accurate. And sometimes you don't even need to read the prophecy to kind of know what the reading's going to be about. You can look at the picture, because the images really portray what the prophecy says. So it's a really, really nice little deck. And it's different, you know. It's not your typical cartomancy deck. It's not your typical tarot or your oracle. It's kind of an in-between. So it's just a very cool type of different deck. Plus the cards are very small. They're portable, easy to shuffle. The card stock is good for your money. It's just a really nice deck to have. And any beginner or broom closet witches, this is a great deck because, you know, it could be just disguised as a regular playing card deck or just an interesting type of collector's item. Plus, it's small, so you could hide it. So I'm gonna finish with the man. So that is my little video on the Gypsy Witch fortune telling cards. Hopefully everyone enjoyed. Follow me on all of my social media down below. Check out any aminos that I am in, and subscribe to the Coven if you haven't done so already. And until next time, have a lovely rest of your day.